Yeah, so namaste everybody. Today you must have read a news either in the newspaper or on the social media that a car named Porsche, a luxury car, on the roads of Pune at 2 a.m. late in the night, it struck a bike having two people on it, one boy, another girl, both the friends, the IT professionals who were returning from an event, and the car struck the bike so badly that both of them died, passed away on the spot. According to the witnesses, the speed of the bike was so much, it was above 150 kilometers per hour, as also it got captured in the CCTV footages in the camera installed in the shops nearby. In the car was a child who was a juvenile. First thing is that he was a juvenile, right? So he doesn't have the right to ride a car, actually to drive a car, but he was driving a car. Second thing was that there was no number plate. There was no number plate on the car, so it is illegal to drive a car with the no number plate. Thirdly, he was allegedly drunk, and it would be wrong to say that he was allegedly drunk as the media does, because there are footages, clear footages, which are showing that he was in a bar. He was in a bar having the alcohol, the drinks, because he got the results of the CBSE board, and he is to be said to be in standard 12th, to have just passed standard 12th with the good marks. So he was celebrating that thing in the pub, in the bar with the friends, as clearly shown in the CCTV footages. So one, he is a minor, he is a drunk, he was speed driving in the area which is not meant to be, for that, which is not meant to be used for the speed driving, which is populated and densely populated, and there is a lot of rush. The people of that area have already complained several times to the administration to keep tap on this thing, to keep this in control, rash driving, but no inquiry as such, no action as such. Resultingly, this happened, and this is a day-to-day incident. This is no common incident, as the people said. But what is uncommon, what is bizarre and surprising, shocking, and unbelievably horrifying is the decision of the court, of the juvenile justice court, because when the incident took place, then the people nabbed the child who was there in the car, and he was given to the police. Okay, so now the police, because he was a juvenile, he's just 17 years old, so police went to the juvenile justice board saying that we want your permission to start the inquiry on the child, considering him as adult, because he is not adult, he is 17. Okay, but the crime is heinous, because all of the things, all of the gruesome details, like he was drunk, he had no number plate on the vehicle, perhaps it was not even registered, or he certainly did not have the license. And there are some other details as well, that he can be clearly shown to be driving at a speed faster than, of course, like 140 kilometers per hour, and these are luxury cars, so that they can easily acquire such speeds of even above 200 kilometers per hour. So considering these all the details, considering the nature of the crime, which is truly heinous, the police requested the court, the juvenile justice board, because it is a matter including involving a juvenile, so the police cannot directly go to the court, the normal court. So police approached the juvenile justice board, which clearly declined that no, you cannot consider the guy as an adult. You cannot consider that. And what happened later, subsequently, that the boy, who happens to be a boy of to be the son of a reputed, renowned business tycoon, Mr. Agrawal. So he must have hired good lawyers with the capital, the money power that he holds, and the lawyer approached the justice board, juvenile justice board, and put his arguments, and very shockingly, court gave the bail on the Sunday in the evening. Court gave the bail to the culprit, I would say, not the boy, because the act that he has done is truly horrible. So he was given the bail, and what did the court say? Court basically said that you'll have to write an essay which is supposed to be 300 words, and then you'll have to work with the traffic police for 15 days. And just because you are into alcohol, you drink alcohol, and you have a bad company, so make sure that you are not in a bad company, and you get the counsel from the psychiatrist. These are some of the basis on which, not certainly, not really, not solely these are the basis, but these were the pronouncements by the court. The basis was that he's a juvenile, he's 17 years old, and another thing is that he has no history of crime as such. And there must be allegedly, as the public perception says, there must be some other considerations as well. For example, the class of the culprit, because the perpetrator here is the son of a renowned business tycoon, is the son of Mr. Agrawal, who is a very famous real estate businessman, right? So maybe there must be, maybe, like as the public is saying, there might be bribery or the corruption involved in this, because nobody, for such matter, for such a gruesome crime that is involving the death of the two innocent lives, can be given the bail within hours. This is something which is indigestible in the country that we call the mother of democracy. Such a blatant violation of the natural justice principle, I would say, not the law, because I don't think like laws are correct. Okay, there are some loopholes, some lapses in the laws which are actually exploited by the rich class, by the privileged people, those who have the capital with respect to the money, the wealth, or the political capital, the networks. This is something which is indigestible, though he has been, because of the increasing pressure from the civil society, from the people across the political spectrum, from the netizens. There was this pressure on the police and on the investigative system, on the the entire judicial machinery, and it is reportedly said that it is being said that he has been captured, he has been nabbed again. But the sheer fact that he was released just after 14 hours is very shocking, and it shows that, it makes the people believe that there is no law. First of all, it is the money that rules, it is the power that rules. Is it so? This is a matter of investigation, I feel. Particularly speaking, what I believe in this case is that police is doing its job. Police filed the FIR under the section 304E1, which says a person is to be arrested for the culpable homicide. Not only 304A, which says that there is no intention of crime as such, but because of some negligence, the crime happened, the death took place. Police is doing its job quite nicely, as the police commissioner of Pune has been saying on the multiple platforms. But the stance, the mindset, the thought process, the working, the nature, the modus operandi of the Juvenile Justice Board and its members categorically is utterly horrifying. It is horrible. It is horrifying, because we feel frightened that what kind of system is this, which is I remember that I got involved in a quarrel with a guy back in the school time, and I hit him. The punishment that I was given is to stand in the it was sunlight. The condition was very bad. It was in the summers, and I was told to stand on the ground, in the ground for hours and hours. So the punishment, when it comes to the traffic rules, if you violate a rule like without a helmet, if you are riding the bike, or you are over speeding, you don't have the license or some other things, then you are charged a hefty amount of money, and plus that you can be even sent to the police station, to the jail for some days. But look, in this case, the rules that he violated, he was over speeding, he was drunk, he didn't have the number plate, perhaps not even the registration. Considering these gruesome details, he was given the bail. Why? And one another major question that arises here is that who is adult and who is juvenile? If there is a person who's going out, who has the keys of the car, he's driving the car, he knows how to drive the car. Of course, because he's a spoiled brat, so he was drunk, and he was driving under the influence of the alcohol in an inebriated state. So that is why he struck the car into the bike. But he knows how to drive the car. So this is a philosophical question that who will decide? How can we decide that who is an adult and who is a juvenile? Where the line can be and should be drawn? Because if this is so, then juvenile can do anything, whatever they want, because they are capable of doing that, and they will, get released. They won't be punished for that. They won't be held accountable for that. They will go scot free. Why? Because they are juvenile, and the law says that juvenile can go scot free. So is it not the time to have a relook at the laws, at the laws made by the Britishers? What kind of colonial mentality is that you will apply the laws without thinking much? I mean, without having other considerations, without taking into consideration the very conspicuous factor that two lives have been lost. Two lives have been lost. What was the cost? What is the cost of two lives? What? Just an essay? 15 days of work with the traffic police, or consultation or counseling with the psychiatrist? Is it the cost of two lives? Can you imagine what would be, the condition, the situation of the family members? I saw the mother crying, the mother of the victims. And the most important question here, the most important thing that I want you to know is that it can happen with me, you, or anybody for that matter. When I came to know that the person is in Pune, he's from MP, my state, and he's an IT professional, he's my age, 24, and it actually took me closer, it took me to my friends, Rahul, Jay, Harshit, who are IT professionals and working in Pune, who also have a bike and who goes on the roads. How would you protect yourselves? Would you stop coming on the roads? No, you cannot. You cannot. What can you do is to raise your voice so that the system becomes robust, so that the system get rid of the loopholes, because the system is pathetic. It's pathetic. If you look at the statistics, lakhs of deaths happening on the roads, due to the traffic negligence in India, the numbers are just shocking, and India fares poorly on this count, on the count of road safety. It took me to one incident that I personally have gone through when I was taking the driving license for myself. Then there are two routes you can apply for the driving license. This is to show that how corrupt, inefficient, and improper is the system. Okay. So what happened that I went to the place to get the driving license. I got to know that it is generally issued through the agents. If you apply online, then the process would be time consuming, and there is no guarantee or surety that you will get your driving license. So I went to the agent. I gave him 3,000 rupees, and just an Aadhaar card would do. He just took my Aadhaar card, nothing else. Believe me, nothing else. And after a few days, I got my learning license issued. And after some days, I got a call with him saying that you can come to the RTO, that is the transport office, and you can have a test ride there, and then you would be given your driving license. So I went to the RTO. There were around 50 people, and there was a car already. I guess the office itself provides you the car, and there was a guy who was calling the names of the people and telling them to sit in the car, to take the car only 20 meters backwards and 20 meters forward. That's it. And there was this lady officer sitting in the building, in the room, which was around 30 meters far away from the car, and the already, like, around the car there were so many people. So the lady member, it is very difficult for her to assess that is it the person who is driving the car, whose card is to be issued, is it the same person. And the work was getting done very leniently, because for me, with me, what happened that with me particularly, to be blatantly honest and candid with you, with me, what happened that he didn't even let me get into the car and drive it. I mean, in Delhi, what happens that you'll have to draw 8, and you'll have to perform multiple tasks, and clearing multiple barriers and obstructions with the time limit, then only you are given the driving license. But in here in MP, the situation is pathetic, and I didn't even touch the car, and he told me, you can go to the madam and say that I have done it, and this is my mistake also. I went to the madam and said that yeah, I'm done with it, and she said, okay, just fill this form and submit it there, and get the photograph clicked at another office, at another room, and give your digital signature, you are done with it. And I got my driving license after performing these formalities. And I was just aghast that there were so many people who didn't know how to drive, but they were issued the driving licenses. So this is the pathetic state. This is why we call India the soft state. There's a brilliant scholar named Gunnar Myrdal, and he has written a lot of books, and some books they have to do something with India, and he categorically called India a soft state. And soft state is a pejorative term, not a good term. He basically means to say that in India, rules are not followed. You have made the laws, but laws are not enforced. There is no strict enforcement of the laws. Even if there is the enforcement, then there is the discrimination or partiality, because laws are biased towards the rich. A rich person can hire the best lawyer possible. The best lawyer would go there, and just because he is a renowned lawyer, judges would listen him, and he would present good arguments and would somehow use the law for his benefit, even though his client has done something which is very horrible and terrible. This is how law works in India. But for the common man, for the poor person, it is very difficult to get the justice, and this is what it is happening in this particular case. So Gunnar Myrdal, he called India a soft state, where there is a lot of leniency, a lot of corruption. For the name's sake, on the papers we are following the rules. Like, I've got the driving license, but it's me only who knows that how did I get it, and it was also my mistake. Like, I should have stood up against the system, but you know that how difficult it is. At least I'm coming up and speaking here. What I went through is a great thing. At least I'm doing that. Many would not do this thing also, and then we say that oh my god, there are a lot of accidents happening on the roads, and the politicians, the administrators, they would express their concerns. They would urge the people to wear the helmets, to follow the rules, abide by the all the instructions. Well, what's this irony? What's this hypocrisy? You are the system. You are the one who is operating in the administrative sphere. The cards, look at the way how the passports, sorry, it's not the passport, it's the driving license. Look at the way how the driving licenses are issued to the public. I mean, it starts with the process when you get the driving license from there only, right? And there we know that, like, how many people abide by these rules of wearing an helmet and riding the bike or on the lane which you are supposed to do, not doing the rash driving, abiding by the rules with respect to the speed of the bike, using the bike that is within the limits with the insurance and with all the tests like pollution and all, not drinking, not be in a drunken state when you are driving. We know that like how many people abide by these rules. We have got no forces, no manpower, no workforce to not be sexist in the language, to enforce these rules. How many traffic policemen or women are there who can check the vehicles, who you can employ to check the vehicles and give them the fine? No, we do not have. The elections are going on. In some states, in most of these states, they have taken place. Another interesting thing is, was it the issue in the elections, the road safety and security, the state of administration, governance, how do the things work? Was it the issue? No, it wasn't the issue. I'm not politicizing it. I'm just saying that why are these not the issues, and that is why, although this is the result of the British rule to a very large extent, that we have adopted Weberian bureaucracy, that bureaucratic mindset, which is obsessed with the rules and only rules, and not considering the human component, right? So it is because of the British rule only that we call coloniality, the colonial mindset, that judges are giving such absurd pronouncements. It's not particularly about this one, but there are many other cases as well, merely considering the written law, right, abiding by the procedure prescribed by the law, as the lawyer of the rich brat of the perpetrator said, that everything is going fine, everything is going just well, and they are following the procedure established by the law. When he was asked on a TV channel that what do you think, what would you like to say about the speedy or expeditious release of the culprit, and he said that whatever has happened happened in accordance with the law. So another question is that what kind of law is that? Is it not the time to have a relook at the law? This is the first thing. And second thing is that laws are actually not that bad, because in the Juvenile Justice Act, in this legislation only, this legislation has basically divided the crimes concerning with the juveniles in three categories. So firstly, the crime of the petty nature, the offense of the petty nature will attract the punishment below 3 years. Okay. Secondly, the crime of the serious nature will attract the punishment of 3 to 7 years. Okay, now there is a separate category for the crimes of the gruesome nature, the heinous crimes, for which the punishment will go beyond 7 years. So law is not that bad, it is good. Now it is up to the interpreters of the laws, interpreters of the laws. How do they interpret the law? How do they apply the law? Do they apply their mind or not? So in this case, the judges who were presiding the benches, that was the bench that was hearing the case of this guy overrunning the people riding the bike. So the judges said that no, we should not consider him adult. Even though the police officer, the police commissioner, he emphatically insisted that because of the nature of the crime, 2 people have lost their lives, and there were so many violations or transgressions committed by the boy who was in the drunken state riding the car at a speed that was beyond the limit prescribed, and with the car having no number plate also, and the major factor being the perpetrator was underage. But the court refused. The court refused to treat him as an adult, and thus the police, even though the police was is willing, in fact, to make sure that the two lives that have been lost, the family get the justice. But the system is just not compatible with the justice system, with the process of natural justice. I don't know what kind of obsession is this with the rules and regulations. Rules are good, laws are good, as I told you. Law has been amended, and the law has this provision that for the crimes which are gruesome, which are heinous, you can treat the person between 17 to 19 as an adult, as an adult. But no, they are not doing it. The judges are not doing it. Then the aspersions that are casted, the skepticism or suspicion of the people that the perpetrator, because he is coming from the top strata of the society, being the son of a wealthy business tycoon, so he must have had some influences on the judges. Just suppose that what if it was a normal guy? What if it was a poor guy? What would be the case then? Suppose if the car driver was a normal guy, was not somebody coming from the top strata, economic, social strata of the society, would he have got the bail so early? These are the some questions that we should ask ourselves, and it's not particularly about this case wherein we are saying that it is the money that rules, it is the power that rules, not the rules or laws, not the ethics or morality. It is the money and the power. This has been seen in some other cases as well, because we have seen in the past that some rape cases, like the one in Uttarakhand, wherein the son was the owner of a resort and was the perpetrator was the son of a politician, right? There have been some other cases as well, Hathras case, Unnao case, and recently Braj Bhushan, the one who was the head of the that wrestling federation, right? He was also arrested. No, he wasn't arrested, but the protesters were arrested, right? So these are some cases which shows that, which actually which force us to believe that it is the money, it is the power, be it the monetary power in terms of the class, the wealth, like this person perceptively has, like the perpetrator in this case, Porsche case has, or it is the political power, right? We saw what happened with the perpetrators of Bilkis Banu, the rape victim in the 2002 Kodra riots, and they were punished and they were in jail for only 14 years, and later on they were released by the court and then felicitated by the garlands with the sweets being fed to them. Can forget these pictures. So it is, to some extent, it is right, it is legit to think that way. So it was Gunnar Myrdal who said that India is a soft state, but is India a partial state also? Is India also a partial state? Is there two laws? Is there two set of laws, one for the rich and another one for the poor? That is a question which the public is raising. We can ask ourselves that who is responsible for this unfortunate event. Is it the parents, those who gave the keys to the beloved son, or is it the police? No, it is not the police. Is it the parents? Is it the owner or the managers of the bar who have been arrested by the police for serving the alcohol? beyond the time that is prescribed because it was late at 2 a.m. And another thing is that they were all minors, those who were there drinking the alcohol. So is it them responsible? Is it the traffic police, traffic management, traffic team that is responsible? Or is it the administration, that the system which deals with the issuance of the driving license, or the, what should we say, or the checking or the overseeing of the traffic rules? Is it them responsible? Who else can we hold responsible? Is it the juvenile justice body, the juvenile justice board, who delivered a judgment which is very unpalatable and distasteful? Because releasing someone, giving someone bail in just 14 hours, and on the conditions that he should abide by certain behavior, saying that go and write an essay, just work with the traffic police, go and consult with the doctor. It doesn't seem like he's the one who took the lives of two innocent people. What is the cost of the lives in India? Are they so cheap? I know that they are not releasing him for eternity finally, but still what else comes to your mind? Well, we have got some why we are discussing it, why we are stretching it, because it is high time we should pay attention to this, because this can happen with anybody. As I told you, like, my friends are there in Pune. So as I heard this news, then their pictures clicked into my mind, because the details were very same. Both are IT professionals, both are in Pune. They are from my friends, as well as they are from MP only, and they have the bike also. The things are pretty similar. It is not about Pune only, it can happen anywhere and everywhere if the rules are susceptible to be misused by the powerful. That is it. And that is why we should raise our voice, so that the laws are actually made stricter. There is a stricter enforcement of the laws. Otherwise, any car can hit us any day. Things are changing. There is modernization happening, like there are sensors installed at the cross section of the road, at the squares, which can detect any bike without the number plate and can send you the fine. But we know that we lag behind very much when compared to the other countries. It also raises the question, like, we call ourselves a mother of democracy. Democracy is the rule of the people. Now it raises the question, like, people's rules means rule of law, because it is people only who have elected the representatives, who are going there in the parliament and making the laws. So it should be the rule of law, right? But we are saying that it is the rule of the wealthy people. It is the rule of money. It is people. Like in the comment section, I was saying that in the media channels, I was seeing that. Sorry, that people are saying that it is the rule of money. Like those who have the money, they will rule. They will get the justice. They will get the rules and laws, changed or manipulated or misappropriated for themselves. What is it? There are some questions, serious questions that I have noted down, which we'll have to ask ourselves. Why road accidents in India take place, and what is the cure? Because I don't remember the exact statistics, but one thing is sure, that India ranks very poorly in terms of the road safety, and a lot of people lose their lives in the accidents taking place on the road, as compared to any other cause of death, unnatural death. So the reason I have told you why, because of the soft state nature, the administration, the machinery, bureaucracy, right from where it starts from like right from the taking a license. Most of the people who don't have the driving license, still they drive, they ride freely, especially in the lower cities. It is not much in Delhi, because on every square there are officers, police officers, cops, who will nab you, put you behind the bars, and pose a hefty fine on you. But in other towns, smaller towns, you can do anything, and nothing will happen to you. This is the case. So right from getting the license, which can be issued without ensuring that you have the requisite skills and capability to drive the car or not, right from there to driving or riding on the roads without abiding by the rules, and to even committing the crime, because this guy has rode the car over two people, and still he has got scot free. I don't think much punishment would be given to him. So to him, let us see that this would be the test of the robustness of the law. That for how long will he live behind the bars? Will he even? For me, I think for at least 7 years. For me, what I think, at least for 7 years, he should be behind the bars. It's absurd that the kind of acts that you are doing, the transgressions or the violations of the rules and laws, both legal and moral, they are very much adult in nature. But the respite that you are getting is on the name of the juvenile, your identity as a juvenile. So काम करो adult वाले, और then when it comes to the application of the law, then take the excuse of your age, that you are a juvenile. This is a very important question, I think, which needs to be considered by the policy makers, so as to have a relook at this whole concept of juvenile, right? What is the cost of two lives? As I have told you, what is the cost of two lives? At least he should serve the punishment, not only him but also the father. And just because they are rich people, so I feel that there should be some sort of penalty in monetary terms as well. This is an impressive idea. Lakhs of rupees should be imposed in the form of penalty, and the money that he would give should be used for strengthening the traffic system. That could be it. But anyways, any amount of money, be it even billion or trillion of money, cannot compensate the lives lost. Ask to the mother, the father, the sister, the brother, the friends of the two people. Ask them. No money can ever replace, right? But still, this can be done. This can be done in addition to the prescribed punishment, right? Law is end or means in itself. Okay, so when I was listening to the advocate of the person who has committed this crime, so he was saying that everything is going according to the law. We are doing everything as per the law, as per the procedure, prescribed by the law. So I was just saying, I was just thinking that is law a means to something bigger or an end in itself? Just try to understand my question. Laws are there, rules are there for something bigger, for something, what, for justice. We are to reach to justice through the laws and rules. Okay, it's not that you have made justice the secondary thing and you have made the laws, the rules the primary thing. It is not like that. The rules, the laws are not the end in themselves. It's not great, it's not final, it's not fine if you are just abiding by the rules and laws, but the end result is depriving the innocent people, the family, the victims of justice. Justice is what the end should be like. Justice should not only be given but should be seen to be given, right? And justice delayed is justice denied. Now what's happening is that justice is being denied. Like within the 14 hours, within the 12 hours, the perpetrator gets the bail. How funny is that? Is it not the mockery of the judicial system? Fourth question is, what is the age, to be called a juvenile? Again, a reconsideration should happen in this thing, because he's acting like an adult and committing the crime which suits an adult. I mean, the crime is crime, should not be committed by anybody, but the habits, the behavior, the choices, the lifestyle is the mind, even because he knows how to drive a car, is all as per the adult. But he's asking that he should be considered a juvenile. The relaxations, the leniency should be there for the fact that he's a juvenile. So it doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. It should have a relook, right? Is India a soft state? Yeah, to some extent it is. To some extent it is. A partial state, I would say, yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. Because judges are sitting there, they would judge you on the basis of the arguments that you will put. And only a good lawyer would put the good arguments. And in order to have a good lawyer, like Ram Jethmalani, like Harish Salve, or we have renowned names, you need to have a good amount of money with you, like the amount which the lawyers charge. So yeah, we can see that state is partial. We can say that the poor people, they suffer a lot to get the justice. For in many cases they would languish there in the jails for no reason, when they haven't committed any crime for years and years. But what's happening here is that when a person who has taken the lives of two people, innocent people, and he gets the bail within hours, not stays there for even a day, full day in the jail. Oh my God, that's pathetic. And why we forget it? It could be me and you. This is another question. Like, why should we concerned about it? Most of you, I know, that wouldn't watch it complete. If you have come here, you must be feeling bored even. Why is he repeating the same thing again and again? In order to insert it in your mind that it could be me, you, or anybody else, your near and dear ones, kith and kins tomorrow. If today it is this guy and girl. We forget that. So what is the cure? What is the solution? The way forward is that we raise our voice to make the system robust. We shift our attention from the superficial cultural civilizational issues, from the political religious issues. Of course they are important, but not sufficient in themselves for us to have a robust nation, a good country, a good governance system. So we'll have to be concerned about these issues as well. We'll have to raise the voice for these issues as well, which are practical, which are realistic. This is a real thing. Traffic is a real problem. Another thing I told you, it would be a defeat of democracy. It would be a serious setback in terms of the rule of law if he leaves the jail before 7 years. At least for 7 years, for 5 years, say, he should be there in the jail. Let us see. I know that you, me and I, we don't remember the names of the victims, the one who is the culprit. I know the story only. You wouldn't know even that. And after a day or two, we will forget. It will just vanish from our minds that such incident took place. Because we don't give it a damn until unless it is us suffering, right, from it. What is the way forward? Coming to the way forward, we should share this thing. If not sharing, we should express our concern on this thing. If you come across this sort of news on the social media, because this issue is something real. The issue is not about it's not only about the loss of lives of two innocent people. It it raises some serious questions with regards to the rules, the enforcement of the rules and laws when it comes to the road safety, right? What is there in the Motor Vehicle Act? Are the provisions enough? Are they enough? Is there no leniency really? And are the rules enforced? These are some serious questions that we'll have to ask ourselves. I shared my personal story with you, and you must have seen this thing, the leniency, the reflection or manifestation of soft state. elsewhere in other spheres of the governance as well. And this is a serious case of corruption doesn't has to do only with the money, it is with the modus operandi, right? So even I was corrupt, I would say that, because I considered my convenience, my comfort. I didn't raise the voice that no, please let me get in the car. No, I told him that please let me get in the car, but he said that no, go away, maybe because of the paucity of time or what. And I had to tell the lie and got the driving license issued finally. But this is the system, when some scholars, professors, journalists, they speak about the system, the system ही ऐसा है. So yeah, it is to some extent a problem in the system that we'll have to firstly recognize and then change. Can we change? No, but we can raise our voice at least for the change. Just remember that it is him tomorrow, it is him today. Tomorrow it could be you, me, or anybody else. Any spoiled brat of a rich privileged person can come and run the bike or the car over us. If the rules are so lenient, if the rules are not enforced correctly and properly, if they think that with the money they can do anything and they can go scot-free, they can be released with the money power. If this is so, if you and me don't give a damn, don't give a damn on this issue, then the condition, the situation would actually keep worsening. And who would suffer? The country at large. You and me also can become the victim of these people, right, who think that with the money power they can do anything. Please share this thing with your friends, with your family members, and raise voice for this particular incident. Not only for this incident, but also for the other incidents that you see happening around you. With this, Garvit Jain signing off. Jai Hind.